I'm glad you have chosen to uh, be with us today for this weekend devotional. We have been studying here at Dora at the Church of Christ. We have been studying Genesis on Wednesday nights. And as we went through Genesis, the fifth chapter, he begins to give the generations of Adam. And he lists these 8 generations, and in all except the case of Enoch. When he finishes the phrase of each man, he says, and he died. Very exact, very factual. No question about what happened. Just he died. It's sometimes difficult for us to think about this time of our death, and that when that death comes, the final word will be, he died. I'm going to attend a funeral tomorrow of an aged man whom was a preacher, whom, from all accounts that I hear, lived his life in a manner as though he were living every moment for God. He lived, he sought to teach his word. He sought to help people. He sought to encourage them. He cared about them. He sought to do whatever it was that he could for the individuals that was around him. In saying that, I want us to consider our own lives, each one of us. If something happened, whatever it might be, whether it be age, disease, accident, we look at ourselves. Are we able to say, if something happened to me today, tomorrow, end of the week, that I would have no regrets? That the life that I lived would be a life that was full, that had been lived for God, that was willing to care for people and think about people and see after mankind. What would other people say about my life, where I've been? In Romans the 12th chapter, we're going to look at verses 14, or start at 14. He's bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse them. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight. Repay no one evil for evil, but give thought to what is honorable in the sight of all. If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. Beloved, never avenge yourselves, but leave it to the wrath of God. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. To the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink, for by doing you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not overcome evil, or do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Living a life where we care for all men, where we seek to do for all men. When we seek to love as Christ loved, when we seek to serve as Christ served, when we seek to give a helping hand as Christ gave a helping hand, as we hold someone to encourage them as Christ would hold and encourage one. Paul says in Philippians, the 4th chapter, verse 8, he said, find it, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. I want us to think about the life we live. Are we living a life that cares about others? Are we living a life that seeks to encourage, that seeks to uplift, that seeks to love our neighbor? Are we living up to the expectations that God has set forth? Living for him, seeking him, doing his will. As we go about this weekend and through next week, I want us to think about our life. What is it worth? Am I living a life that when it comes time for me to die, I can look back on it without regrets? Knowing that I sought to do the things of God. I want us to consider those things this weekend as we live, as we see other people, that we might do as Christ did. I hope that you have a blessed weekend. And I hope that if you're in the area of Dora, New Mexico, that you would stop in and have services with us. We'll meet here on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. We would be so pleased to have any who wish to come. Until I see you again, I hope that this weekend is blessed. I hope that you can enjoy your life each day, seeking to do the will of God. Thank you so much. Y'all take care this weekend.